What's going on, Psych Perspectives, Geofucks? I am like ain't no little to it. I am completely hungover. Had a great time in Detroit this weekend for my job's holiday party. But I just wanted to show you, I stayed at a hostel, it's an Airbnb, but it's considered a hostel setup Airbnb in Detroit, about 2 miles away from downtown Detroit. And it's crazy because even though I have the finances and resources and privileges of being able to get an Airbnb an hour away from where I live, because I live in Michigan, I live an hour away in Flint, but having the privileges and resources to just be like, hey, I can afford to rent a room or a space and not have to drive back home after getting tilted, you know? And I'm definitely feeling the effects of the Hennessy, man. It's like I threw up in my mouth a little bit earlier and to brush my teeth again, which is why, like, granted, this is TMI, which is why I always have Listerine. But I just want to show you guys. Anyways, this is the neighborhood that I stayed in. Detroit Love is the location I was at, and they're renovating it. It's basically these houses over here, as you can see, are huge craftsman style homes. Huge craftsman style homes, and a lot of them are getting renovated. You know, they're getting renovated. And gentrification is all over the city, is basically what I'm trying to get at. And they're renovating these huge mansion style homes, and where I'm staying, they're renovating it and they're turning it into like a hostel. You know, you rent a room and about $80-$90 a night for a room. But mind you, there are Airbnbs in, like, I'm 2 miles from downtown Detroit, so just think about the people that stay in downtown Detroit. They're paying like $200-$300 a night to stay down there, and it's insane. And I was like, I am not about to spend that much money for one night. And I stayed at the hostel. But this hostel was beautiful. I mean, they're renovating it, and it's just beautiful how they've been renovating it. And I've stayed downtown before in the historic North District, huge homes again. My colleague and fellow team member and like work mom also showed me her old stomping grounds and showed me the homes that her grandparents owned and lived at, and it's just amazing to be able to see it. But it's also sad because the gentrification. I mean, these are communities where black and brown and working class people lived, and now they're being pushed out of the communities because the property taxes are going up, because wealthier people are coming, and I'm just going to say it, wealthier white people are coming. And don't get me wrong, there are wealthy black and brown people who are also wealthy black and brown and other people of color who are also contributing to gentrification. I mean, in many ways, I'm contributing to gentrification because I'm able to have the resources to stay at a hostel 2 miles from Detroit. And you think your property taxes are going to be going up left and right, and you're pushing people who've always lived here for decades, for 50, 60 plus years, being pushed out of communities because they can't afford it anymore. And it is horrible. And I have to recognize my privileges and how I contribute to the problems in this world, you know, which is why, as much as we preach individualism, yeah, you can be an individual, but ultimately we're individuals that are part of the bigger society. So there is no real individualism, because everything that we say and do ultimately impacts other people. Not just other people, but it impacts the world. So like climate change, for example, you know? But anyways, here I am, still hungover, talking about stuff that, why is this what I'm talking about? Anyways, oh, there goes the police, you know, they're down here. But anyways, I just wanted you to see that, and let me go on and head back because I do got to do some holiday shopping. But anyways, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna upload a bunch of videos too, all throughout the month. And it's not just me complaining. So, oh, and as usual, go blue.